program, do you include weight amounts for each exercise? No, so I will tell you guys how to gauge your weight, but basically how to gauge a weight, let's say you have a workout guide and you don't know, let's say it says 8 to 12 reps, you don't know what weight to use. A good indicator is the last couple reps should be pretty hard. So like bicep curls, it should be pretty hard to get up there. So that's a really good gauge. If it is really easy schmeezy, up them weights, girl. Speaking of our 12-week program, we do have spots available in our Team FBT challenge starting July 16th, I believe. Registration is open now, and they're filling up like crazy right now. So I want to let you guys know, my YouTube family know, that our Team FBT challenge is still open, registration. I assume it's going to be closed. That spots will fill in like a few days. So if you're interested, click the link down below and you can register for that. This is from Mac_Flores. Hey from France. Hello. What are your fitness plans for the future? Will you participate in a fitness competition again? So, I've had like a lot of pivotal moments within these past few months, but I love competing. Competing has taught me a lot about myself, taught me a lot about my drive, determination. It's made me know that I can do anything I put my mind to. I've always wanted to get my pro card, and I got my pro card after like 6 shows, which to me, I just hustled hard to get there. As we move out here to Colorado, as my dad goes through another cancer surgery, I have just felt in my heart that competing is not something that is going to add to my life right now. I have so many things going on, business-wise, life-wise, all great things. I just want to be sure that I can fully enjoy it, fully have the energy to do it, and competing is something that will not help me in those areas. Competing is all about me. I have to be on point with every single thing. I'm not able to explore anything really. I don't have the energy to. I mean, I'm 50-50 with it. I'm supposed to do my pro debut next year, and I am still contemplating whether or not that's going to add to my life as of now. I kind of had a big realization that if it doesn't add to my life, why am I doing it? I want to focus on other things in life, and I also, as of now, am still recovering from my last competition a year ago. I'm just kind of following God's plan, God's timing, taking it day by day. This is from Mariah Krause. How the heck do you have such nice hamstrings? Mine won't grow. Okay, this is solely genetic. I literally train my hamstrings like once a week. I do like 1 exercise for them. It is solely genetic. Like for me, you always want what you can't have, right? So like for me, I've always wanted like a toned stomach, and that's the last place on my body that gets toned. So for me, I would rather say screw the hamstrings and have the flat stomach. But you always want what you can't have. But my hamstrings are genetic. You should see my dad's. Like, we both have like that hamstring dip. It's pretty funny. How much cardio do you usually do? This is from jock_Cowstow. I don't do any cardio right now. My cardio is walking around the lake with our girls, our dogs, or going on a hike. So I'm not strictly in the gym doing like the Stairmaster or the bike. I do really, we're really active here in Colorado now. We literally do things every single day. So I don't need cardio in my life right now. It's something that I enjoy doing, like being outdoors and being active outdoors. So that's my cardio right now. What is your best advice for coming out of a rut? Breaking free of detrimental habits. This is from Michelle11. That's a really good question. So this has to do with, losing motivation, I assume. What really helped me, because I went through the same thing this past winter. I go through it every winter living in Indiana. The gray really got me, and I would really lose motivation. What really helped Steve and I was traveling if you can, even if it's just like a day where you drive somewhere, or if you're able to fly somewhere sunny. The sun really helps you. So trying to get somewhere that is sunny will help motivation. There's something about the sun that just makes you feel alive, and it makes you feel, at least me, it makes me feel like excited, happy to be alive. So I would say go to somewhere sunny, change gym. If you go to the gym and you're like so dreading it, I feel like maybe that gym is making you lose motivation. And that's what happened to Steve and I. We kind of liked LA Fitness. It was the closest gym to us, but over time gyms get old and you want a new crowd, you want a new gym, at least for us. So moving out here to Colorado and going to our new gym, which is absolutely incredible, we have gained a ton of motivation back. We are excited to work out. We are just loving life. So if you lose motivation, I would say the sun helps a lot, being out in the sun. It sounds kind of stupid, but just try it. And then switching gyms, also maybe have a goal in mind. So if you're just kind of floating around, like, you know, kind of maintaining, just kind of like doing whatever, try and make a goal for yourself, either a timeline set goal or just a goal where you're like, I want to grow my glutes and shoulders this year, so I'm going to start now. So every time it kind of gives you motivation to go to the gym to work on those things. Or like a cutting goal. So let's say I want to be cut by, you know, November. Going from here to November, having that set goal in mind kind of pushes you towards the gym. Also, new workout clothes. That always helps. What motivated you to start a new clothing line? From Taylor_Alleys. I think that's what you say. Alleys. So my sister and I, we've always wanted to do business together. She's very business minded and I'm kind of more, I definitely know what I want out of the fitness industry, being that, you know, I work out daily. My whole life is fitness, so I know exactly what I want, especially in terms of clothing. So we've always wanted to partner together, whether it be a meal prep service or clothing line or something like that. But I don't know, something after the Olympia this past year, something in me was like, you know what? I want to do my own clothing line. Chloe, we need to do our own clothing line. We love designing. We love talking about different athletic wear. We love partnering together on ideas. We always talk about ideas. You know, we should do this, we should do this. It's been a part of our lives for a very long time. So we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's start our clothing line. Let's make it extremely high quality. Let's design for women, by women, which is really rare, by the way, in the fitness industry. Let's design this and make it so comfortable to fit all shapes and sizes, because a lot of clothing lines out there only focus on, you know, a certain body type, and that's something we want to do, is focus on a wide range, also making our clothing fit very comfortably and making it more like lifestyle too. So, you know, if we have leggings and they're just kind of plain leggings, you're going to be able to wear them out and about on the town, night out, and the gym. So we want to make a very versatile line. We want to make everything matching. We're just so freaking hyped about this line. But that's kind of what started it, was something in me at the Olympia. I came home and I was like, dude, let's do this. Obviously very scary, because there is a lot of things that go into a clothing line, especially if you want to do it right. There's a lot of things that go into it. I'm going to make a whole video on balance. We're going to start vlogging for balance, so stay tuned for that. We'll take you through what we've been through this past year, but that's kind of what sparked it. What's your workout split like? Do you have days dedicated for cardio only? XOXO, I love you. I love you back. This is from Beck S. Good. Pretty sure. Workout split, I do 2 days a week of glutes and hamstrings. I don't train my quads, like not isolation quads. And I don't do heavy back squats. I do, so yeah, 2 glute and hamstring days, 2 shoulder and chest days, 1 back and arm day. And then I add abs 2 or 3 times a week. I don't have just cardio days right now. I only solely go in there to train, like to lift. But on prep, I definitely did have only cardio days. But I only train 5 days a week. Caitlin Janae. I'm moving to Denver soon for graduate school, and I'm not sure how the fitness scene is there. How are you liking it so far? Colorado is a very big bodybuilding state. So as you guys know, I grew up very, very healthy, very active. Everyone around me was very, like, being active and in the gym wasn't abnormal at a younger age. Whereas I feel like in the Midwest, it's a lot different and almost the opposite. So out here, you're kind of exposed to the fitness lifestyle no matter what. You'll walk outside, out front, like we live on a lake right now, and there will be people biking, running, walking. There'll be people canoeing, boating. They're just very, very active here, and that also trickles into people being more into fitness. There's a ton of gyms here. There's a ton of pro gyms here. The gym we go to is like full of competitors, so the competitor world is huge here. My parents competed when we lived here. Like, it's just very it's a very, very healthy state. So fitness here is like so different from what you may be used to. So if you're into fitness, you're gonna love it. When building your business and channel, how did you deal with self-doubt and negativity? I've been trying to build my business for about 8 months. At times I feel the market is so saturated and I'm putting all of this work for nothing. I will say that the market is very saturated now. A lot of people are YouTubing and a lot of people are doing their fitness Instagram. I started mine 3 or 4 years ago, so it was a lot different world back then, but I can tell you how I dealt with self-doubt and negativity. There's a ton of people out in the world, and if you think about, the numbers that you're growing, like on social media and YouTube, and if you get caught up in that, you will fail. You need to think about, if I only change one person's life in a very small way, that's worth it to me. So if you make a YouTube video and let's say you only get like 50 views, think about the changes you're making in those 50 people's lives. That's still a lot of people. So if you are self-doubting in terms of like growth, in terms of negative comments, in terms of people around you not being supportive, you really have to drown that noise out and focus on the end goal. Focus on the end goal of what your purpose is, why you're doing this fitness Instagram and YouTube. Focus on your why, literally daily. Write it down every morning. Wake up and say, I am going to do this for my YouTube and my Instagram because why? You have to focus on your why. Also have someone supportive around you, because honestly, if it wasn't for Steve, I probably wouldn't be here. I'm soft, guys. I'm soft, and when I get negative comments, it hurts me. So I would say have a person around you that is very supportive. And if you get down on yourself about that one negative comment or your growth on social media, talk to that person, let it out, and hopefully they will be able to take you from an outsider's view and continue to push you. Jesse Robles, how many free meals per week would you recommend in off-season / improvement season? When you're just coming off a competition, I would not recommend a free meal for about a month. Really get your metabolism up there and then possibly start going out for free meals when your metabolism is a little bit more running. But for instance, if you are not having any cravings or anything like that, it's a little bit more safe to go out to eat because you're probably not going to want to order that pizza that you have your eye on when you're dieting. So in off season, it really just depends. Like when I go out to eat now, I've been out every single day the past week, and I'm able to control myself because I know what my body needs. I know what's healthy. I know portion sizes. So I'm able to really hone in on, how much I've had that day and kind of calculate in my brain, okay, I can have this burger tonight, or maybe I should just get a salad. It'll make me feel a little bit lighter tomorrow. So it just depends on your judgment when you go out and get a free meal. It depends on where you're at mentally. Because if you're able to go out and get a free meal and get like something healthy every time, you could probably do that every day. It just depends on where you're at. Okay, this is a good question. I talked about this on my story the other day. But drugs in the competing world. So if your coach is pushing drugs on you and, you know, they're saying just nonchalantly, oh yeah, you know, 12 weeks out, you need to take this, this, and this. Know that that is not needed. You do not need all those drugs to get to where you want to go. You can do it naturally. And that is something that I honestly didn't even know about until about a year ago. How many people are unnatural in the NPC IFBB league, but I myself am not going to do something that's going to harm my body just for the stage. So you have to stick to your guns, and yeah, dieting and cardio are going to be harder than those people taking things to assist them to get to their goals. You're going to have a harder time, but you have to stick to your guns and think of your long-term health rather than just doing what your coach says. So I want to put it out there and say that I've had a lot of messages and emails about this, and people ask me, you know, like, my coach says that I need to be taking this, this, and this, and like, you know, there's really no reason to be doing that. So I just kind of speak truth in their lives, and I'm like, okay, if the coach is pushing that on you, you know, find a new coach, and know that you can get to where you want to go without all of the assistance. But yeah, I mean, this person asked about feeling intimidated to go onto the pro stage being all natural. Yeah, it is freaking intimidating, and that's one thing that, you know, is kind of holding me back, because I'm like, am I going to get to the level of leanness that all these other girls are out at being all natural? I mean, I did last year. I was really freaking lean, all natural, but do I really want to compete and harm my body, like dieting and cardio wise, to possibly place on a pro stage when all these other girls are probably taking things to help them get there? Like, is it going to be worth it to me to diet down and do all the cardio and, you know, do that for just a few seconds on stage next year? I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah, it is intimidating to go up on a pro stage knowing, you know, everyone else is probably taking some stuff. But that's not going to change me and who I am. And yeah, so when I do compete, I will stick to my guns. And you girls should too. Know that it isn't normal. Well, maybe it is normal, but it's not needed to take all those things. I wish that I had like 5 hours on this Q&A. And I'm sorry that I just talk so much on every question that we only get through just a few questions. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you guys enjoyed this Q&A video. I feel like it was a very cool one because I've been in such a pivotal time in my life that I've wanted to share so much with you guys. So this was just the perfect opportunity to share a little bit more about my life and what I've been going through. But anyways, thank you for taking the time out of your days to watch this. I love you all. Stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be a 2-minute Tuesday video. Not sure of the topic, but we'll get there. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.